The global automotive industry is changing faster than ever before. Electric vehicles, stricter emissions regulations, rising production costs, and fierce competition from China are pushing many traditional car brands to their limits. While some manufacturers are adapting and investing heavily in the future, others are clearly falling behind. In today's video, we're taking a hard look at 5 car brands that are dangerously close to collapse. These are manufacturers facing declining sales, outdated model lineups, weak innovation, and serious uncertainty about their long-term survival. And more importantly, we'll explain why buying a car from these brands right now could be a very bad financial decision. Number 5. Mitsubishi, a brand that lost its identity. Mitsubishi was once known for durable vehicles, rally success, and iconic models like the Lancer Evolution and Pajero. Today, that legacy is almost completely gone. The biggest problem is irrelevance. Mitsubishi's current lineup in many markets consists mostly of rebadged vehicles, outdated platforms, and uncompetitive technology. The brand has largely withdrawn from innovation and now relies heavily on partnerships just to stay alive. Sales numbers reflect this decline. In Europe and North America, Mitsubishi has lost massive market share over the past decade. Younger buyers barely recognize the brand, while enthusiasts have already given up on it. Electrification is another major issue. While competitors are investing billions into EV platforms, Mitsubishi's electric strategy is slow, unclear, and dependent on external partners. This makes the brand extremely vulnerable to regulatory pressure and future emissions rules. From a buyer's perspective, the risks are obvious. Poor resale value, limited future support, and an uncertain brand future. Mitsubishi cars may look affordable today, but long-term ownership could become expensive and frustrating. Number 4. Chrysler, a brand kept alive by others. Chrysler is one of the clearest examples of a brand that still exists mainly on paper. Once a major pillar of the American automotive industry, Chrysler has been reduced to a shadow of its former self. The most obvious problem is the extremely limited model lineup. In many markets, Chrysler effectively survives on just one relevant vehicle, the Pacifica. A single successful model is not a strategy, it's a lifeline. When demand drops or regulations change, the brand has nothing to fall back on. Another major issue is constant ownership changes. Chrysler has moved from Daimler to Cerberus, then to Fiat, and now exists under Stellantis. This instability has destroyed long-term brand vision. Chrysler no longer develops bold, independent products. Instead, it borrows platforms, technology, and direction from its parent company. Electrification should have been a chance for reinvention, but Chrysler is once again late. While competitors launch full EV lineups, Chrysler's electric future remains vague, delayed, and uncertain. Promises exist, but concrete products are still missing. From a buyer's perspective, Chrysler represents risk. Limited dealer networks, shrinking market presence, and unclear long-term support all affect ownership experience and resale value. If Stellantis decides Chrysler no longer fits its global strategy, the brand could disappear almost overnight. Buying a Chrysler today means betting on a brand that no longer controls its own future. Number 3. Alfa Romeo. Beautiful cars, broken reality. Alfa Romeo is a brand driven by emotion, stunning design, sporty driving dynamics, and a rich racing heritage have always defined its image. But passion alone does not keep a car brand alive in today's market. The biggest problem Alfa Romeo faces is chronic inconsistency. For decades, the brand has struggled with reliability issues, delayed product launches, and constant strategic resets. Every few years, a new Alfa Romeo is announced, yet the results never fully deliver. The current lineup is extremely small. Models like the Giulia and Stelvio are praised by enthusiasts, but they sell in very low volumes compared to German competitors. Limited scale means higher production costs and lower profitability, which weakens the brand further. Electrification adds another layer of risk. Alfa Romeo is being pushed toward EVs under Stellantis, but this transition threatens the very identity that made the brand special. At the same time, the company lacks the resources and sales volume to compete aggressively in the electric market. From a buyer's perspective, Alfa Romeo remains risky. Depreciation is high, long-term reliability concerns persist, and the future direction of the brand is unclear. If upcoming models fail, Stellantis may prioritize stronger brands within its portfolio instead. Alfa Romeo's problem isn't design or performance. It's survival in a market that no longer rewards emotion without efficiency. Number 2. Mini, style over substance. Mini has successfully sold an image for years: retro design, urban lifestyle, and driving fun. But behind the charming exterior, the brand is facing serious structural problems. The biggest issue is pricing. Modern Mini models are no longer small, affordable cars. They are expensive, often overpriced for what they offer, and positioned dangerously close to premium competitors that deliver more space, technology, and comfort for the same money. At the same time, Mini has drifted away from its original identity. The cars have grown heavier and larger, while practicality remains limited. This creates a mismatch. Buyers pay premium prices but still face compromises that no longer make sense in today's market. Electrification is another challenge. Mini's electric models exist, but range, charging speed, and value for money lag behind newer competitors, especially from Asia. Meanwhile, stricter regulations in Europe threaten Mini's profitability even further. For buyers, Mini represents high depreciation and limited long-term appeal. Fashion-driven brands are vulnerable when trends change, and the automotive market is changing fast. Number 1. Nissan, a giant in slow decline. Nissan is the most dangerous brand on this list, not because it is small, but because it is structurally weakened. Once a global powerhouse, Nissan has spent years dealing with internal chaos, shrinking margins, and a damaged brand image. The fallout from the Gosen era exposed deep management problems. Since then, Nissan has struggled to define a clear identity. Many of its models rely on outdated platforms, weak interiors, and uncompetitive technology compared to rivals. Electrification should be Nissan's strength, thanks to the early success of the Leaf. But instead of building on that advantage, the brand hesitated while competitors overtook it. Today, Nissan's EV lineup feels late and underwhelming. For buyers, the warning signs are clear: high depreciation, inconsistent quality, and an uncertain long-term strategy. Nissan is fighting for relevance in a market that no longer waits. Car brands don't collapse overnight. They fade slowly, through bad decisions, missed trends, and loss of trust. Mitsubishi, Chrysler, Alfa Romeo, Mini, and Nissan all show these symptoms. Buying a car is a long-term commitment, and betting on a brand with an unclear future is a risk most buyers shouldn't take.